What's good, you guys? It's RTA of YTSGaming back at again with another video. Today we have Maximum Football interview with Development Director Michael Brown. I would like to apologize for the last Maximum Football video I uploaded. The audio was like trash at the end. This one will be better. And like I said, I will be playing Maximum Football on the channel when the game comes out. And if anybody knows how to access the beta, let me know.
Today with another video, and today we will be going over and discussing the interview article between Sports Illustrated and the Maximum Football Development Director Micah Brown. For those of you that don't know, Maximum Football is a free-to-play American football simulation developed in Unreal Engine 5. It aims to offer a premium football experience with endless customization and physics-based gameplay. And without further ado, let's get right on into the article. For many casual gamers, EA Sports Madden NFL series is as synonymous with American football sims. Modus Games, who is developing Maximum Football, wants to change that perception. It's an established brand that it required, tore down, and completely rebuilt in the last couple of years. After years of working quietly in the shadows, the cat's out of the bag. Releasing for PC in spring 2023 and later this year for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S.
Whoa, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was coming to PC first. That's news. I'm glad it's free to play.
Taking on the judgment that is a combination of EA Sports and the NFL Madden legacy is as David versus Goliath as it gets. So we chatted with David Micah Brown, Maximum Football's development director, on what exactly players can expect from this renewed competitor. Brown and his team have looked at a variety of games from the long history of American football sims for inspiration, naming some of the best received titles in the genre. Tecmo Bowl, 2K4, 2K5, and Backbreaker are all titles we on the team have loved playing, Brown explains. We hope to bring the excitement of these games into a new experience that players all over the world will enjoy. For those of you that do not know, NFL 2K5 is considered to be one of the, if not the greatest football simulation game ever made. And considering they're looking at that for inspiration is a very good sign. Very good. Let's continue. I remember back in the day when I played 2K5. The controls were tight and it really made me feel like I was in control of the game. That's how we are building Maximum Football. We don't have long animations that involve 5 to 6 players. All of our animations are quick and we focus on transitioning in and out of them without interfering with user control. This, plus our focus on physics, ensures that we never have plays that feel scripted or predetermined. I cannot tell y'all how many times in Madden I have said, oh, I got sucked into a tackle. I got, I couldn't do something because I got sucked into somebody else, or, I felt like I lost control of my player.
Yeah, Madden is notorious for that. The gap could be wide open as soon as you run into it. I don't get it. It's like Madden has an issue with, I don't know, just the whole thing is just janky with Madden. But people buy it every year.
If they indeed stick to what they're saying, that is very promising, and I'm already in love. Let's continue. This focus on responsiveness is one of the big differences between Maximum Football and the modern incarnations of Madden. Instead of locking players into long animations, athletes will move as soon as something is happening on the joystick, according to Brown. It feels immediate. Another key aspect Maximum Football focuses on is customization. And customization has been way, way, way far back gone in Madden. I think the last time you could really customize anything in Madden, like on a broad scope of things, it's probably like Madden 2010. It's been a very long time. Anyway, he says you can import almost any image you want as your logo. He said import, so that means you'll be able to upload your own images from the internet.
That's big. That is big. The YTSGaming football team is coming soon.
Your phone, whatever. So you could potentially upload the NFL logos, college logos. And yeah, that's very exciting because you can make this out of a college game or NFL game. And we'll get into that further in a minute, but let's continue. You can import almost any image as you want as your logo. You could change any of your team colors, patterns, and equipment. Edit your rosters as much as you want. Share all of it online, Brown says. So there is going to be a roster sharing and logo and team design sharing. That's very cool. So you won't have to individually go and create your own team that you want. A lot of the community in this game will probably go ahead and do that. So probably within a couple of weeks after the game comes out, you can see all the NFL teams and college teams. Very good possibility. You can see what that looks like on Development Diary video the studio released a few months ago. Obviously showing footage from a work-in-progress build. This customization not only extends to visuals, names, and stats, but also to players' strategies. At launch, players will be able to create their own playbooks. That is phenomenal. Adding and removing plays at will. Support for custom plays will be added in a future update.
Custom plays? I don't know if I'm tripping. But was it like Madden 07, Madden 08 was the last time that we had custom plays? Bro. W Maximum Football, man.
The last time I seen custom plays in Madden, I want to say was 06 or 07.
So it was
been a
07.
very, very long time. Let's continue.
Yeah,
While free-to-play games are present in most genres nowadays,
PS3.
sports games have been comparatively slow to pick up this model. Soccer simulation, eFootball being the most prominent example. Konami's title did not directly influence the decision to go free-to-play with Maximum Football, though. Instead, the main aspect making the model interesting for their game, Brown says it allows the team to build on the game over time alongside the community. Free-to-play gives us the freedom to respond to fan feedback throughout development and continue to add depth to the game modes over time, he explains. That's telling me right there, when the game comes out, it's not said and done, it's not finished. They're going to continue to work on it. They're going to continue to listen to our feedback and make changes.
That's fire.
So this is going to be a community-based driven game, and that is something EA will never do. Yeah, they might make a few tweaks and changes here and there from time to time, but Modus Games and Micah Brown have the correct and great mindset about this football game. Listening to the community. Customization. File sharing. Roster sharing. So far, almost halfway through this interview, it's looking very promising.
Facts.
We want to create a football platform where users can play with tons of different rule sets, field configurations, severe weather changes, and more without having to relaunch the game every year. Users should not have to rebuild their franchises from scratch every year when they purchase a new sports title.
Exactly.
Phenomenal. Naturally, this begs the question of how Maximum Football will generate the revenue necessary for this continued development. Brown is not quite ready to reveal the entire monetization plans for the game, but explains that our plan is to evolve the game over time and continue to expand our feature set and create something that players can feel confident investing in. In addition to the robust customization options that exist for players, we will be offering a selection of premium goods and licensed equipment that can be purchased to further expand the customization options. We will have more details on all of this at a later date. If you want my opinion, I did not see any branding like Nike, Under Armour, Riddell helmets, stuff like that. I could easily see them having like a Riddell group of helmets, sell that to you as a package for $5 if you want to. It's not going to change gameplay or nothing like that. It's just for looks. I could see them doing stuff like that. I could see them selling, the Nike and Under Armour logos to be out, and cleats and stuff like that.
Nike, Jordan, all that.
It's nothing game changing. It's just cosmetic. That's a good way to look at it. That is fantastic. For sports games, another natural option aside from cosmetics are in-game ads, as real-life stadiums are full of it.
I just thought of something. Aiming to cut him off, but they can do like, how like we got like FaZe and all of that. They can do some partnerships with those guys as well. Like YouTubers like Destroying, partnership with them. You know what I'm saying? Just little stuff like that. It's gonna be big.
Anyways, it's an option that's currently being explored for Maximum Football. They can be a great way to provide a degree of authenticity to the game, mirroring the atmosphere of real-world stadiums through their visual displays of ad banners and screens, Brown says. However, we will of course want to ensure that any promotional advertising in the game is not invasive or breaks the authenticity of the game, he continues. They should only appear in spaces where they add to the experience and not take away from it. Brown also promises that paid content would not split the player base, saying that online play is open to everyone. That way the online community isn't fractured and you can always find a match. This is going to be important for the long-term health of the game since player retention is much easier with short queue times. Getting to the topic of licenses, an important one for sports fans worldwide, we ask what players can expect in this department. After all, EA Sports has a firm grip on official NFL material. We have licenses with popular sports brands that will reveal in the future for some of our customizable player equipment, Brown reveals. Rather than provide users with their favorite teams and players, we will provide users the tools to create whatever team or player they want on their own.
Okay.
If you want to create a Hall of Fame team, you can do that. If you want to create a team full of scientists with Einstein as the quarterback, you can do that.
Einstein.
If you want President Lincoln to be the starting halfback, you can create him and add him to the roster. This has been a go-to technique for sports games without licenses in the past. And with Maximum Football sharing features, it's conceivable that the entire NFL's lineup of teams and players will be available to download for the game just a week after launch. Exactly what I said earlier in the article, pretty much. Licenses don't only come with advantages, though. Some time ago, EA Sports had to tone down the tackle animations and collisions on Madden because of the NFL did not like how violent they looked. There are lots of cool things that a licensed sports game just can't do because of licensing restrictions. Brown agrees. We don't have those constraints. We can make the hits as hard as they are in real life. For this, the team recorded thousands of hours of authentic animations for professional football players and combined them with a variety of systems to create ultra-realistic gameplay. Brown explains that during blocking engagements, we take the momentum from both players involved and use it to help determine which player gets leverage during the block.
That's fire.
This leads to wonderful moments where athletes are flung through the air as players feel the visceral impact of the tackle. You take a lifeless ragdoll body and stiffen different joints during contact to make it appear like the body is tightening up, Brown explains. So for instance, if you only stiffen the right knee joint and then tackle the character, you would see the right leg trying to stay rigid while the rest of the body goes limp. We use these ragdolls during big hits when one player gets trucked by the other. We turn on the ragdoll right when the player gets trucked and then turn it off after he hits the ground and bounces around for a moment. That sounds pretty cool. Animation-based physics help to keep those scenes fresh, making them look a little bit different every time. Another system featured in Maximum Football is depenetration, which helps reduce the amount of limbs sticking through other players' bodies by catching them and pushing them out before they're being rendered on the screen. The team used Unreal Engine 5 to achieve all of this, according to Brown.
Ain't nothing like getting an
physics,
interception
audio,
in Madden.
tools, and
Let me
many
get
other features
intercepted
built
in
into
Madden
Unreal Engine 5
because of that.
give us the ability to compete with AAA football titles. For those of y'all that do not know, Unreal Engine 5 is one of the best looking engines out there. By far. Maximum Football will launch with online multiplayer offering competitive and casual game modes, as well as a Dynasty and Pro Season mode, which, for the time being, will only be playable alone. We will start working on the multiplayer Dynasty and franchise mode after launch, Brown says.
Okay.
Both modes will be in the same universe, so you will be able to send Dynasty players to your franchise league and draft them onto your pro teams. Multiplayer will also only allow you to play against other players at launch. With team-based modes and co-op for players coming later, we want to get all the way to 11 versus 11 big team modes where users can drop in and out of an ongoing game, Brown says. So for those of y'all that have played Madden in the last few years, in Madden Ultimate Team, they have a game mode called Squads. You can do 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3, where Micah Brown just said that he wants to do 11 versus 11. He's going to start small, work his way up to 11 versus 11. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Launch is the priority right now. When asking about the accessibility features and controls, Brown says, we know players' expectations are going to be shaped by other games, so our intent is to ensure we're providing similar baseline features that players have come to expect. Brown and his team have hopefully learned from eFootball's catastrophic launch in this regard, which still dominates the perception around the world to this day. First impressions are important, after all. Some things will be missing at launch, but the studio is being transparent about it. There won't be commentators giving a play-by-play initially, but it'll come when it's ready and polished in a future content update.
Okay.
Fans of previous Maximum Football titles also will have to live without a Canadian rule set for the time being, as this will also be added later on. We know this is a feature the fans really want to see, and we are absolutely committed to making it happen. We're big fans as well, Brown says. Just like launching on additional platforms or adding an Ultimate Team mode, these, for the time being, are luxury items. My hope is that by next year, we will have a proven football. We will have proven to football fans that Maximum Football is a real competitor in this space, and that we are here to stay for the long run. We're excited about the experience we're planning to deliver on day one, and we're even more excited about where the game will be by the end of year one. But yeah, there's the article. Y'all guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think. I did this video just in case somebody didn't want to read it. I wanted to deliver it to
Appreciate you for that.
So that way, like I said, you didn't have to read it. I did the reading for you. But yeah, let me guys know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you're excited for Maximum Football. I will definitely be playing it when it comes out on early access.
Appreciate you for reading the article for us. That'll be all for this video. But I would like to end it with saying this. One, like I said, I will be playing Maximum Football on the channel, trying all the game modes. When they do 11 vs 11, you guys can play with us, you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that there's finally about to be an alternative to Madden that seems very promising. Like, there hasn't been an alternative to Madden since like 2K. So I'm really happy for a game that seems like they care about their player base, they care about our ideas, they care about our feedback. It seems like for years, damn near a decade, we try to like tell Madden or EA, we want this, we want that. Nothing. They take stuff out the game, add it back in the game like it's new, or they'll just take shit out the game in general that we as fans of the franchise enjoyed. So it's like we got a free to play game that's adding all this stuff into the game that we normally would probably have to pay for it. Let's be real. EA's greedy. But I'm really happy for this. Like I said, if anybody know how to access the beta, I heard there was going to be a beta, let me know. I would like to play the beta. I will be cranking out content for the game on this channel. So make sure you guys hit that like button and make sure you subscribe for more content, especially for more Maximum Football 2023 content. I'll catch you on the next video.